Hey guys, I'm Matt with Meat Church and welcome to my outdoor kitchen. So this is the #1 recipe on meatchurch.com and 2 of the top 10 photos of all time on Meat Church's Instagram. So by your popular demand, Nashville Hot Chicken Sandwiches. Here's an overview of my recipe. So we're gonna brine this chicken first, but we're gonna brine it in pickle juice for 2 hours. We're gonna use Best Made pickle juice from right here in DFW because it's awesome. Then we're gonna dredge this chicken in our chicken fried breading. We're gonna get it ready to be fried. We're gonna fry outside here in this Dutch oven, and it's gonna be awesome. But first things first, we've gotta trim up some chicken. So if you know about chicken, you know that dark meat's where it's at. So I like these with thighs, but white meat versus dark meat is like a holy war in my house, and so to make everybody happy, I gotta do some breast as well. So we've got some thighs already trimmed up here. Since we're working with poultry, I'm gonna throw a glove on. These breasts are pretty big. Normally might not be a problem, but we're gonna trim them down a little bit. So the breasts are already looking nice and big, way too big. Let's trim them down. The thighs are good. Take forever to fry this, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a chef knife and I'm going to basically, you could say butterfly. I'm just gonna cut them in half lengthwise. Just like so. And do the same thing with this one. Nice and flat. Okay, and since we're making sandwiches, I'm gonna square these up just a little bit. Cut a little excess off here. So we're left with some nice square pieces for sandwiches. There we go. We worked on perfecting this brine for a long time, and I think 2 hours is perfect. I like using this stuff because it's local, and you can just buy it by the gallon and not have to take it out of your pickles. But you certainly can take your pickles and pull them out and just have the juice. But this stuff is our favorite. That's what we're going with. So the chicken is submerged in a food safe container, and I'm gonna go put it in our refrigerator for 2 hours, and then we'll be back. Chicken's been brining for 2 hours, and you'll see how obvious that is here when we pull it out. See the different color that's taken on? Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna dump a package of our chicken fried breading in the bowl. And then I'm gonna put a little extra Holy Voodoo in it, because why not? How much? I don't know, however much you feel like. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a light seasoning with our Holy Voodoo on this chicken. Flip them over, repeat the process. Just a light seasoning because we're gonna have plenty of other stuff on here. All right, now it's time to make our wash. So we're gonna start out with a couple eggs. And let's beat those up. Okay, then we're gonna dump in a cup of buttermilk, because there's no other good use for buttermilk other than this, unless you're my mom and you love it. And here's some Frank's hot sauce. Tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, kind of whatever your preference is. So this isn't where all the heat comes from. We're actually gonna ladle on, you know, some stuff at the end that's really gonna affect the heat of your Nashville Hot Chicken Sandwich. But this will at least get us started. Okay, now it's gonna be pretty simple. What we're gonna do, mix this up a little, is we're going to take the chicken, we're gonna put it in this dredge, like so, really thoroughly, bounce it around. We're gonna double dredge it. We're gonna drop it in the wash, cover it, then we're gonna go back into the dredge. And you wanna do this with a clean hand because this is quite messy and it's gonna be all over you by the time you do all of this chicken. Okay, we got lots of it on there and we're gonna put it back on this rack. So coat it really good, pick it up, go into the wash. Once that's done, back in your dredge. Coat it thoroughly, tap everything off, put it on your rack. Let's get all these pieces done. So this is what we call our redneck chicken cooker. We've got a 90-year-old Griswold Dutch oven on top of a double jet burner, but hey, we like to cook everything outside because cooking inside is boring. We got our oil at 325 degrees, and we're just gonna slip the chicken pieces in there. These are gonna cook, 3-4 minutes aside if you choose to flip them, 8 minutes, 9 or so, just to make sure they're nice and done. You're looking for them to be golden brown, then we're gonna put them on here on our cooling rack, and then we're gonna build sandwiches. Got our last 3 thighs coming out. Ooh, look at that color. Man, they smell good. All right, to the cutting board we go. Our chicken's fried, it's looking beautiful, it smells great. Remember, you can fry it however you want. You can fry it in the house in some sort of fryer outside. We ran with a little makeshift fryer today because it's more fun to cook outside. So let's make our topping and then let's build our sandwiches. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take some of the oil that you fried with. So this is actually hot oil and it's a cup. And then we're gonna put in 2 tablespoons of cayenne. Now this is where you can adjust it to your liking. If you want it hotter, put more in. If you don't want it as hot, back it off. This isn't too bad. This is enough to let you feel it but not burn you out. We're gonna counteract that with a tablespoon of brown sugar, which is a nice touch. And then we're gonna go with about a tablespoon more of our voodoo. Of course, I don't measure my stuff, just throw it in there. And then let's mix it up really thoroughly. I'll tell you now, it's gonna be tough to dissolve all of this, so you don't have to worry about, completely dissolving everything. Just mix it really thoroughly, and this is what we're actually gonna ladle over our chicken on the sandwich, and this is what's gonna give it that warm, hot bite and make it a Nashville hot sandwich, or maybe a Waxahachie hot chicken sandwich. All right, so that's mixed up good. Now it's time to build a sandwich. So we've got toasted buns here. We've buttered some buns and toasted them. First thing we're gonna do is, of course, start with Duke's mayonnaise. I often say my way is not the right way, but when it comes to mayonnaise, it's gotta be Duke's. All right, so here on the bottom, let's load it up with some dill pickles. We're using Best Made again. They're right here local. Who doesn't love a good pickle? Or two? Of course, I'm gonna go with a chicken thigh. We talked about that. I like the flavor in the thigh. Now here we go with the hot aspect. So that chicken's already gonna be really good like it is, but now look at it. Ooh. You go with however much you wanna go. I like to coat it. Let's let that sucker glisten, and let's make it burn a little bit. There we go. And then we top it off, bam. There you have it. The Nashville Hot Chicken Sandwich. I'm telling you, you make this recipe, your friends are gonna love you. And they're gonna love me, I hope. Let's taste it. The big awkward bite. Oh my God. I'm telling you, it's unreal. I don't care if my mouth is full. You can see in there where we brined that chicken, gives it that little pickle twang, plus it's sitting on these fresh pickles. Man. Y'all hear the crunch? That's epic. Messy, and I don't care. If you guys like this, subscribe to our channel. Just trying to inspire you guys to get outside and cook something. Hope you enjoy it. See you next time.